So if this is your first Sunday here, have no fear, because this is my first Sunday as the pastor here. So welcome to First Baptist Church of Mascoutah. Before I preach, I have invited some of the church members from Crossroads Church to come and share a little bit about the last 7 years, because they were sitting right where you were sitting 7 years ago. About 40 to 50 people that would join on a Sunday, and over the last 7 years, God just did an incredible work. I want you not just to hear it from me, I want you to hear it from those who were there from the beginning all the way through that journey, and let them share a little bit. So Rhonda, would you come up first? This is Rhonda Garland. Everyone say good morning, Rhonda.
Hard for us because the last 6 years have been, sorry, Pastor, I just probably messed that up for you. It's hard for us to let them come all the way over here, but I'm going to be really honest. I'm thankful it's only about 53 miles for us. But I'm excited about what you're getting ready to experience, because I've experienced it. I was sitting there with 40 people, much like you sitting over on this side, and I was the only person standing up for singing that morning, and he's just like, it's okay, everybody else will join you, right? And I have a habit of making notes, and I don't usually use them, but for 6 years, I have been loved on by Ronnie. I should probably start by saying I didn't volunteer for it. Carrie comes searching for someone that had done an Embrace Grace group. If you don't know what Embrace Grace is, it's a program for single pregnant moms, which I was. And I wish that there had been someone in my corner that had taught me the love of Jesus then. So she invited me for coffee. I met her. She met an ugly, kind of mean, hurting kind of human. But she is the sweetest person you will ever meet. She has patience that don't stop. She was so good to me, and I promised her I wouldn't cry. If it wasn't for the two of these people, I'm not sure where I would be today. There came a point in my life that I had what I would call a bit of a nervous breakdown at work. And this young man came in thinking he was going to be my boss, and I had been there for about 36 years, right? I didn't need to be told what to do, and this boy got in my face. He was younger than my children. And I pretty much put him against the wall and told him to get out of my face, and then I called these two, and I said, hey, if you don't help me, I'm probably going to lose my job. And for the next 6 weeks, I sat out on their front porch, and we call it porch time. If he ever talks about porch time, that's me. I had to really dig deep down in my soul to figure out where all of this anger and ugliness was coming from, and they helped me to do that. They taught me that doing the Lord's way, if you just do it the Lord's way, it always works in God's economy. If you just do what he tells you to do, it works. I don't care if it's tithing or what it is. If you just do it, right? And as I look back now, I didn't really know what I was getting into, and I had done Embrace Grace somewhere else, and it didn't fly at that church. But I told Carrie, I'll help you, but I'm not going to your church. Here we are, 6 years later, and some of our kids from the first Embrace Grace class, they just turned 7 from the very first one that we did. So I had to learn to heal and learn the love of Jesus and the way he really loved me, for me to be able to really love on other people and forgive them and not judge them, and know that everybody is walking through something. We've walked through a lot ourselves just in the last month. And I'm here to celebrate with you. I'm here to pray for you guys. And you'll probably see me quite a bit, because I'm excited to come over and see and experience with you what the Lord has in store for you.
Thank you, Rhonda. Okay. Don't leave that orange phone up here. I will steal that one. Yes. Hey, Miss Izzy, come on up here. Everyone say good morning to Isabel Ritter. Izzy is a senior in high school, and so I asked her a couple of weeks ago to do this. Tragically, last Saturday night, her father passed away from a heart attack, so it's just amazing that she's here. I see her family here to support her, and so thank you, Izzy, for coming and being willing to share with us.
Hi. So I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about, and then my dad went. So this isn't just mine. I'm going to tell you some of what I saw in my dad. So before we went to Crossroads, he didn't spiritual. He would fight with my mom a lot, even whenever they split. And I didn't see him study much of the Bible at home. And then we left our old church and we started looking for a new one. And whenever we went to Crossroads, it was 2020 and I was in middle school. And they made sure that the church was very, very welcoming. And since we went there, the joy that I saw in my dad increased so much I don't know how to explain it. And I would actually witness him studying the Bible at home and in private. Whenever I decided to get baptized, Carrie was like the first person I went to, and she prayed with me. And it was very comforting. I learned to study and meditate on the Bible at church through Carrie and Ronnie and through my youth group. And whenever there was a new temptation or I realized that I had a temptation in my life, I would go to Carrie and she would be like, here's some scripture and this is how you get around it. And yeah. There was times when I was like, where do you have the proof for that you said in the sermon? And I would talk to him about it during lunch. They love Mexican food, by the way. And you would be like, okay, so this is the book, this is the verse. There's also this proof that's sometimes scientifically proven. And I liked it a lot. They're like family whenever you get to know them, and they helped my growth a lot, and I know I'm not the only one. When my dad passed, people were like, oh, he's up in heaven now, and I was like, are you sure about that? And then after some thinking, it was like, you know, before going to Crossroads, I wouldn't be so sure, but after remembering how he acted and what he did, I can now say that I'm pretty sure he's up there. That's all.
Thank you. All right, the next young lady that I'm going to bring up is Miss Helen. All right, and now Helen has only been at Crossroads just for a few years. How many years have you been at Crossroads?
Over 50, since 1965,
All right.
March 28th.
So Since 1965. Wow. So I'm going to let Helen kind of share with you, and maybe you've been here a couple years at First Baptist Church, hear from somebody who saw it all happen. So I'll give you the microphone.
It's like these two are my kids because I do live with them, or I did until you guys have got him. So thank you anyway. I thank you for accepting Ronnie and Carrie. We love them and we feel God has a lot more for them to do here at your church. I myself am a little jealous, but I have learned to share. When God calls, we must obey. I learned this from them, and when to let go, I have learned this from our Bible study of Roots, which, if you don't know about Roots, it is a program and a half. It really opened me up. We send them to you with our lots of love, and I've learned a lot in all my years at our church since 1965. This reminds me of when our children leave our home to start their own families. God's blessings to all of you, and thank you, Ronnie and Carrie.
Thank you, Miss Helen. All right, and then the last, but certainly not the least, Gary, come on up here. This is Gary Phipps. He is the chairman of deacons. He was on the committee that called Carrie and I to Centralia, and so he has seen it all. All right, so Gary, if you would just share a little bit with the First Baptist Church.
Okay, this is going to be quick because he's tried to get me on the stage before, and he never did it again because it was terrible.
Last time.
Okay, all right. This is so exciting for you guys. I can't tell you. They want to say 40 people. That's stretching it in our church. And there's like almost 300 every Sunday now. And these aren't people that are just coming and sitting. We're involved in our community. We're reaching out to people. Embrace Grace and some of the programs they've started are amazing. We're starting to see a lot of young people and young families come in because the word is getting out. And it's a charming town driving through. I noticed, some of your classic buildings and everything, and you're close to the city, the base, and all that. It's ripe for harvest, I'm sure. And Ronnie and Carrie are the most amazing people I've ever met. I've met intelligent people. I've met hardworking people. Nothing like them. I don't want to get into the depths of that, but listen to them. They know what they're talking about. We were kind of like you when we got on the committee to try to find a new pastor, and we looked at his resume, and he had a lot of stuff on there and everything, but he'd never been a senior pastor, but he'd done everything else in the church and in his military career and all that. All of that has really come out. We wondered why, and Ronnie kept saying the thing, God has led us here. And that's it. I think people in the church have a tendency to say things like that. And in Ronnie and Carrie, I know it's true. When he said, I've prayed and I've sought God and he wants us to take this, I believed him. I don't know that I always believe people, but I believed you. I didn't like it, but I believed you. God bless them and God bless y'all. You're in for a ride.